Good day, sweet, magnificent mother truckers. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill. And today, we have some good news. Yes, fellas, you hear that right. Good news. By clicking on the store, by clicking to the bonds, you can notice some new vehicles being upgraded, updated, and you have a new choice of the new tanks. So let's start our journey really quick with the tank selection that we have refreshed. In other words, all the tanks are remaining, which were in the bond store pretty much until today, and we have a new refreshment. So first things first, we have the T54D. I must admit, personally, for me, this vehicle is nothing too crazy, and it will cost 11,000 bonds. Now, what is so good about this tank, or what is a selling point of this vehicle? It's pretty much armor. It's very well armored medium tank against the lower tiers. But the gun handling kind of meh, the DPM from what I remember kind of meh, nothing too crazy. But I can promise you that we are going to refresh the video on this vehicle very soon. So keep this in mind. Also, while we are in the index, while we are talking about this, fellas, my friends, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of the upgrade in the index, and if you were curious how the tank is looking like with one or another skin, or you do not know the name of the certain skin, or how your tank would be looking for congratulations, now you know, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and this is a absolutely insane addition to the index page. You cannot do that anywhere, even in Wargaming portal you cannot do that, but you can in the index page. Enjoy, use it, abuse it, and if you are using the index, keep this in mind that you can support us literally by disabling the ad block for the index. That would be very much appreciated, and you can definitely help us this way. Thank you very much, sweet, magnificent mother truckers. After that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we have Toro. Not good tank. I am going to be honest with you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a good tank. 11,000 bonds. Nothing special for the gun. DPM is crap. The armor is crap. Everyone is penetrating you with auto aim. You cannot side scrap. Man, it is a support heavy tank. Not a good vehicle, in my opinion. Nothing to write books about. I would definitely not recommend for anyone to buy it. Lance and C, kind of outdated tank, at least in my opinion. Average, most likely, and what you have alpha damage. The alpha damage is the most selling point because you have no armor whatsoever, and you can see that yourself. Everywhere where you look at it, it's green, and the armor of the tank is 320. The alpha damage of the tank is 320, and even nowadays the alpha isn't that special. This tank probably could be changed to 3 stars for the time being, to be fair with you, and this is 8,000 bonds. Nothing too crazy, nothing unusual, honestly. After that, we have a mix 1357 GF, one of the best tier 7 tanks, at least in my opinion. Absolutely amazing, absolutely glorious. 6,000 bonds for a lot of fun. I think this is a good price to pay, to be fair with you. I most definitely will be getting this vehicle for my peasant account. It is a very good tank, fellas. I think it is great. After that, we have Cromwell for 5,000 gold. I would not pay 5,000 bonds. Sorry for the Cromwell. I don't really think that it is worth it. I don't think it's anything special. And you can have the same tank literally from the Tech 3. So not really worth it. And last but not least, we have a new edition of the Su-85. Sniper Schnitzel, no armor whatsoever, but you can snipe like a crazy mother trucker. That is a positive thing, and that is a good thing overall. Now, I want to go through the tanks to remind you which I would recommend to pick and which I would not recommend to pick, and just talk about them very quickly. From the lower tiers, starting from the lower tiers up to the tier 8, I do not recommend to pick up absolutely anything. maybe apart the M10 because it is kind of okay for a lower tier premium tank. But even then, I think lower tiers are not worth it. Just being honest with you, just saying that straight, none of the lower tiers are worth it. Now, from the higher tiers, we have 5, 6, 7 tier 10s. M60 is okay tank, but nothing to write books about. The selling point of this vehicle is gun and 350 hits. 121B is worse version of the 140 in my opinion. Also, it is okay tank, but nothing extraordinary and nothing special. Probably would not recommend it. Fava 215B, absolute ass. You don't care about this, you don't want to buy it, it's just crap. 113 Bo is the same 113 that you have in the collector vehicles in the Chinese Tech 3, but this tank is coming with a free Brother in Arms crew. That's the most positive thing. So maybe for someone from the niche side who wants to take the crew, that could be worth it. But as a tank itself, I think it's kind of outdated and there is nothing extraordinary about it. Object, very average tank destroyer with a rotatable turret, but nothing too special, not recommend. Foch 155. Meme tank, people are buying it for memes after they are doing one shot per magazine and crying about it. Or some people do enjoy it, but I think it's just weak tank. I would not recommend to buy it. And Death Star, everyone is aware of their tank. You can one-shot the enemies. That is a positive thing, but once again, for me personally, it is just simply... I would take 4005 better, but some people would disagree with me, so Fava is on the edge. If you want to have some fun and to one-shot someone, this could work, right? Now, all of those tanks are not premium tanks, none of them are making credit, so for free-to-play peasants, I do not recommend to take any of those. Now, we are moving to the tier 9 level. Chermle is more fun than good tank. The main reason for that is because the tank is very specific. You have a magazine, you are reloading forever, like 40 seconds or so, maybe 35. You click once, you shoot 3 times. Pom, pom, pom. And you have 2 shots like this, right? You can't interrupt it. You clicked once, you shot 3 times. Very annoying, but some people are enjoying it. For me, I really do not like it, and it comes from the light tank lover. Tiger Mouse is a good tank, but personally for me it's not my style. But overall, Tiger Mouse is good. As long as you can hide the lower plate, you are going to have relatively good time with it. Vaza 114, still outdated in my opinion, not worth it, nothing to talk about. The abysmal DPM, and it's just simply not a good tank, at least in my opinion, right? Black Dog, it's not as much as a light tank as it is a damage dealer, at least in my opinion. So very difficult mother trucker to play with, but overall some people enjoy it. I do enjoy it, but for most of the people I think it would be hard to play with. Shitluck, nothing special, nothing too crazy, typical tier 8, better spotter than Black Dog, but that's about it, although worse damage dealer in my opinion. M41D, if you have ever played with a American Bulldog M41, you know this tank. It's pretty much premium version of that, maybe tiny touch better, but nothing too crazy. Do not recommend to take it. Panzer Schmutz is actually okay tank. It is average, above average rating in my opinion, and the selling point of this is quite accurate gun, okay mobility, and good high explosives. If you know how to use intuition, oh, this could work. Guard, I always have Guard in the special heart in my special place in my heart. I think it is a great tank. It's kind of a sniper schnitzel slash play aggressively with a 390 alpha damage. For me, it's great. Some people love it, some people hate it. Patton Care, waste of breath. Don't look at it. It's just straight up garbage. Lorraine, mega difficult tank to play with. It can work in certain situations, but the problem is that a lot of people are just simply loading high explosives and slapping you like there is no tomorrow. In my opinion, you need to be very skilled player in order to make it work. Chieftain, absolute crap. You don't want it. You don't want to look at it. It's garbage. T-34-3, it is okay, like average tank, kind of brawling medium tank with which you need to go and play aggressively because gun handling is not created for sniping. Other than that, it's okay. 122 TM, also quite fine tank. You have armor, but what you do not have, you do not have DPM. You have armor and very good gun accuracy, but you don't have DPM. Some people can live with that, some people can't. There is that. Liz, in my opinion, Liz, everything is okay with this tank, and maybe the tank is even great, but there is a bit of the problem. You need to spam full gold in order to be fine with it. At least this is how I look at it. So if you don't mind to do that, this is great. If you are mostly shooting the standard ammunition, it could be, there is better choices over there in my opinion. Esther 81, nothing special. Centurion from the Tech 3, maybe even worse. So pretty much garbage, don't take it. IS-6B, outdated, absolute garbage. At least in my opinion. Sure, you can have some fun if you are finding the tourist that just came back into the game, but most of the part you are going to feel like a tourist, at least in my opinion. Defender. Now, this is a very interesting one. Defender, I took Defender for my free-to-play and I kind of regretted it. The problem with the Defender is the armor of this tank is still okay even to this day, but the gun can make even the most patient person curse. So there is that. So it's 50-50. I personally completed some bouncing missions with it, but the gun handling just made me scream, and there is nothing what I can change about this. Cover 5, some people are calling it a meme vehicle. For me, it is just a bad meme in my opinion. It's not great tank, nothing to write books about pretty much, nothing too special, would not buy it. Unless you are playing events, and it can be relatively fun in the winter event, you know, whenever you are sliding like crazy mother trucker to ram enemies, it could be fun, but overall nothing too special for randoms. IS-5, very average tank, nothing special, probably would not recommend. Probably I would rather take Defender than IS-5 just because it's nothing special. Cover 4 Kreslevsky, low alpha damage, super heavy tank with which you should side scrap and pray that enemies won't load gold. That's what that is. Good gun handling, kind of good DPM, good penetration, but it's kind of boring tank to play with, but overall nothing too bad about it. M4I, also kind of average tank, maybe a little bit above average. The biggest problem for people of this tank is going to be Cupola in my opinion. Other than that, kind of average vehicle. Chrysler GF could be used to complete blocking missions, at least in my opinion, and Chrysler GF can work okay whenever you have a good matchmaking. Overall, you need to spam full gold because 180 penetration is just not really cutting it, if I recall it properly. Patriot, in my opinion, definitely outdated tank, and even though you can play with it like with a T-32 hold down, I think it's just outdated. Simple as this. I think that Patriot is definitely requiring for some buffs. Liberty, I like Liberty nowadays more than Patriot just because of the better alpha damage. You do not want to side scrap with it, you want to peek frontally and bait enemies in shooting you in this way, although you have Cupola. But overall, I think Liberty is kind of average and it's okay. Samoa. Now, Samoa is quite interesting one. I think many people can enjoy Samoa if they like the autoloaders. You can imagine if you have played with 5100, it's like a 5100 -1 shell, slower but with more armor. This is what this tank is. Overall, it's okay, but you need to have knowledge how to play with it. Alpine Tiger, nothing too special, pretty much Kaku, I would say, and Su-100 30 PM is one of the best tanks to pick, period. If you like sniping, you will love this tank, or you will like this tank. And last but not least, we have Trash 103. Most of the people won't be able to make this tank work, but for some people have fetish for this vehicle. For me, I do not understand it. For me, it's not a great tank. I would not recommend to pick it up, nor I would recommend to play with it personally. I mean, okay, selling point is the high penetration of the standard rounds, good alpha damage for 40 if I recall it properly, but other than that, it's nothing too special. Anyways, folks, I hope that this video gave you quite a bit of the understanding about the bone store. It is very, very, very important, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Use it and abuse it and have a great time. Keep this in mind. You can get plenty of the decent premium tanks without literally paying a single penny for a game, which is a good thing. Although I must admit that this new edition of the tanks is kind of underwhelming for me personally, because there was nothing cool from the higher tiers and nothing too crazy or nothing too good, but that's only me. Anyways, that's what I have for you today, fellas. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching, you sweet, magnificent mother trackers. I hope you found it useful. If you did, remember you can always smash the like on the video. That helps channel a lot. Thank you very much for being with us, and see you very, very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.